more like which way River State. I'm looking at the screen before me. One of the national TV stations has got a live broadcast talking about River State LG election. And I'm wondering, River State in the news again. But yeah, I want to talk about River State and the politics therein, like I advertised a while ago. And I want to take us back to the weekend where a lot of things were said by the former governor, by the current governor. And I'm wondering how all of these things are impacting on Rivers people. By the way, what I send is, their personal fight. And their personal fight shouldn't, be a Rivers theme, so to say. However, it has become a Rivers theme, fast becoming a national theme because it's now rocking the PDP. By the way, I don't know if you saw Adamawa State Governor Fintiri, now, should I say liaising, or should I say palling, or should I say hanging out with the FCT minister? Anyways, we'll talk about all of that. But first, welcome. It's 4:15 p.m. and you're still listening to 92.3 Nigeria Info. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're active on X, all platforms. Nigeria Info PH is the handle. All right, I am Kaladako Ribati, but once again, this is Hard Facts. You're welcome. Okay, you can also follow me on social media, DKalada. So because I want to open the phone lines early enough, I'm going to quickly rush through, some of the things that were said over the weekend. Now, what I understood from all the things that they said, when I say they, I'm talking about His Excellency, Minister of the FCT, Yesom Wike, and the Governor, His Excellency, Simnalai Fubara. The Excellency, Governor of River State, was at a church service, I think St. Paul's Cathedral, Garrison, yesterday, in celebration, in commemoration of the 64th Independence Day. And there he had a long speech. We're not going to be able to play all of it. You can go to social media, YouTube or something, and you see some of those videos. By the way, the governor is trending on X. And on Saturday, the former governor, I think he was in River State for something, I can't remember now what the occasion was, but he made a lot of statements, a lot of bold statements. He said his opposition can never defeat him. He said something like that. He said he was going to teach his opponents politics. He even touched on the local government elections. But so that I can quickly open the phone lines, I'm going to quickly play one of the sounds, so that I'm going to start with the soundbite of FCT Minister Yesom Wike, so that we can get going, and then I'll open the phone lines.
I thank you. We have not started politics. We have not started politics. When the time comes, we will play politics. Are you not aware? We are ready. What is our job? What is our job? So tell them to keep their party ready. They should keep the party ready. We will teach them what is called politics. I beg them to win or go win them.
All right, I'm trying to get the song part out of it, where the minister was dancing and gyrating, saying he was going to teach them politics and all of that stuff. And I think he also said that his opponents, if all of them gathered together, they would not be able to defeat him. He also once again warned PDP governors who are in support of the governor of Rivers State.
All of us were together. At the appropriate time, our leaders will come here. I will tell you the next line of
All right, there's so much gyration in that sound clip, so I would have to move. But yeah, basically, that was what it was all about. But then the next day, I think that was Saturday, the next day, the governor at that church service responded to some of the things.
But we have to move on
that we have
as
said.
a family. Because at this time, what is important is to protect the soul of the state. It does not belong to anyone. River State is not nobody's enterprise. So you have to stand strong. And we fight. It's not just this celebration today is for a purpose. It coincided with what happened last year. So I assure you of our support to make all the plans come to reality. We will get there. We're already there. God does not start and stop halfway. He takes you to the end. And it's because they have seen the end. That is why some of them will go and call my name. Some of them will stand and say they are apologizing for me. Look, let me tell you. Nobody can apologize for me. As a matter of fact, I belong to that school of thought that if I am the only person that needs to stand on that side of right, I will stand there. I don't need anybody to stand with me. I cannot give my kidney or my liver to anybody. I won't. If that is the only reason for me to be loyal, I will not be. But I will not do the wrong thing. I will stand on the side of right. I make bold to say it. There is no security agency that in this state that I've called any day to go and do something wrong. I've never. I don't have any need for it. But I know what they do. And they keep failing because God has left them. Please, I want every one of you to join hands with us. We have a big task ahead of us. We have taken the soul of our state. We must secure it. We must bring this state back to where it used to be. And I tell you, with due respect, Dean, when you said our national item was changed, I like this new one. More especially where they say a nation built, where no man is unique. That is my own take. If I in all every other grammar in that the one that is special to me is that one. And if that is where I stand, you should understand I can't be a party to oppressing anybody. And the fact that I can't be a party to oppress anybody, by the special grace of God, nobody can oppress me. Please.
All right. I'm going to play. Okay, one more, and then I open the phone lines. Right. So take a listen.
Let me remind them. It is Fubara that signed the paper for borrowing from Zenith Bank 200 billion for the construction of Ring Road. So it is my project. It is Fubara that has awarded Trans-Calabari Road that they couldn't do. They did only a bridge from Krakrama. I am the one doing it. 225 billion. I didn't borrow. It is this same Fubara that is building a general hospital, which I also included a psychiatric hospital because they will need it very soon in their place. So tell them, what I have done in 1 year is what they did. Like I said, let them make me talk. Let them make me talk. It's only empty container that makes noise. If God has given you opportunity, eat your thing and keep quiet.
All right. If God has given you the opportunity, eat your thing and keep quiet. And so this is, one of the reasons why I have concluded, or I've come to, that notion that, this is a personal fight. I stand to be corrected. However, it's now become a Rivers thing and fast becoming a national thing. It's for the battle of the soul of River State. Like, the governor of River State has said that it does not belong to one man and it shouldn't belong to one man. So I'm wondering, October makes it 1 year.
The show continues after this break on Night.
For proper context, remember I couldn't play the soundbite of the FCD minister because of the plaintive gyration and music and all of that stuff. So I'm going to read it as seen on the Vanguard. And I was trying to remember the event. It was the event, I think, reception event. to honor Rivers Ijaw People's Congress, something like that, I believe. Yeah. A father may have 12 children. One can be an armed robber. These people who are going to television to attack me, where were they when we made an Ijaw governor? Nobody's fighting me. I'm too big for anybody to fight. All these people put together cannot fight me, he said. I told them, if you put your hand in River State matter, fire will burn you. Today they are crying everywhere. Instead of concentrating how to win elections in your state, they were busy having meetings in Enugu and Taraba states. Who's losing now? He won politicians outside the state to stay out of the Rivers politics, noting that Rivers State is very special to him. Wike alleged that before the civic reception, some boys were sent to bomb the venue of the event at Rainbow Town. They sent some boys to come and bomb this place with dynamite. They were arrested by the police. You're encouraging crime in Rivers State. Nobody has a monopoly on violence. We can turn investors away from our state through violence. I initiated the Ring Road project. Today they are going about bragging that they started it. Go to Abuja and repeating what I did in Rivers State. Also speaking, that's all I wanted to read. So let's get your thoughts. It's the bottom of the hour. You're listening to Hard Facts on 92.3 Nigeria Info. I'm yours truly, Kala Dakuru Batubo, and I want to get your thoughts. Now, you've listened to both of the principal actors in this political drama, right? For some of you, one may be the protagonist and the other the antagonist. I don't know which is which. However, it seemingly must be affecting River State one way or the other. In Wike's words, we cannot turn investors away from our state through violence. However, he had earlier said that nobody has the monopoly on violence. And then the governor had also said it is a fight for the soul of River State. So the I no go agree is continuing, it's lingering, and oh my goodness, I'm wondering, and I wonder if you're wondering. So number one question, how do we solve this impasse? How do we solve this seemingly unending battle of political, how do I put it now, political might? Unending battle of political show off, trying to show off who's got the best political strength. How do we end this battle? And I'm not asking you as supporters, I'm asking you as Rivers people. How do we end this battle once and for all? I know I was not going to speak too long, so I'm going to go to the phone line. And then it brings us back to the conversation we had on Friday, talking about institutions, the fight against corruption. Remember, corruption is not just collecting money. Corruption has got different facets, different parts, right? Misuse of your office given to you by the people is corruption in itself. Yeah, I don't know, maybe my definition, I don't know. So I'm thinking, are we ever going to see institutions live up to their responsibilities and functions? Anyways, let's go to the phone lines. So many questions in my head. I'm not so much focused on, the banding of words. I was going to use a word. I'm happy I didn't. But I'm not so much about the banding of words. I'm more once again about how this is impacting on River State. Maybe if you and I can really realize how this is impacting River State, then just maybe we can call these two people who, by the way, one way or the other, directly or indirectly, are working for us. They are being paid with taxpayers' money. The governor, the former governor, now FCT minister, all paid with taxpayers' money. When we realize how this is impacting, maybe we can call them and say, sit down. I know you are aggrieved on this point. I know you are aggrieved on this point. But how do we move River State forward? That's the question. Anyways, I'm going to the phone lines now. Let's get your thoughts. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003 and 0817 923 0007. All right, let's get your thoughts. Or better still, you can send me a WhatsApp message to the number 0809 030 6416. Remember, we're live on Facebook. Drop your comments on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Drop your comments on YouTube, and we're active on X. Tango Ability Atwegu says, no matter the distraction, the governor is focused. Collins Onoa says, I say yes, together we stand. Zephaniah John, detractors should allow Governor Fubara to work for Rivers indigents. They will soon some of them will be taken to the hospital, the psychiatric hospital being constructed by the governor. Innocent Wosu, I don't get that statement. But yeah, I'm going to go to the phone lines now where I have Clinton, and Clinton is standing by. Clinton, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Canada. Pray for River State.
I've been praying.
This was my fears. Initially, it was a father and son argument. It has become a full-blown war now. The government is all out to fight it out with anybody. And how does that affect you and I as River citizens? Development will be stalled. And that is why I say we should pray for River State. Because the governor has just 4 years. And if he allows himself to be used, to be swayed away, or to be distracted, because the plan is to distract you. And after 4 years, River State will ask you, what did you do in 4 years? And if your scorecard is below par, tell you for free that those seeing the president of the governor today will see call his
But I don't know if you listen. The governor said he has done in 1 year what they couldn't do in 8 years. So I don't know if the governor would agree with you on that one. Because he says it's working. He says it's doing great.
We are all in River State.
Oh,
if it's working, we'll see that it's working.
So you're
going to feel the impact of governance.
So are you saying it's not working?
I've not seen anything reasonable.
Okay.
It's politics, all politics. From day one, it's politics.
Okay. All right.
So that's why I say we should pray for River State.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Clinton. I've got Isaiah from Buguma.
Yes,
welcome.
Kalada, good evening.
You're welcome, Isaiah.
Our late brothers, Sam David West, professor, he said, anyone who does not see what Amechi was doing, was working, the person is blind as bat.
Why are we talking about Amechi, by the way? It's not part of my
conversation. I'm not giving you.
Can we go straight to the
governor is not distracted.
Okay, straight to the conversation.
The governor is talking and walking. That is walking, talking. When you hear the word walking, talking, I am walking and I am talking. And my works are there to speak volume for me. See, let me tell you, Canada, political battles, no one's ended. It ends itself. Because politicians do not accept even the outcome of election results. They don't accept it, but they accept it in just within. But coming to tell you physically that, yes, I accept defeat. Have you seen how many politicians do it? So they know how the political battles end. Nobody ends it. It ends itself. So all these things, that is why you hear people say, these things will end one day. Because it started. Anything that has a beginning has an ending. So coming to ask how it will end, I am telling you that it ends itself. No one's ended. Just leave it as it is. Right. Because you are supposed to be staying within the confines of your duty at Abuja, but you left here, come home just to.
If you're talking about the FCT minister, he said River State is dear to him.
If I have issues with you, and you know we have sentiment, and then every now and then you try to you do one or two things to attract my attention to. So is it not you trying to distract me?
All right. As I have got to go.
You are trying to distract me. The more I'm focused, that is the governor you have.
All right. Thank you.
Can't you see?
Isaiah, thank you very much. Moving on. Ida, sorry, I couldn't take your call. Please do call back and let's get talking. Let's see on Facebook. Do I have more messages? While I'm waiting for the call screener to take your calls, I'm going back to Facebook. Progress Edwin says it's not all about noise, it's about action. I wonder what he means, but then he comes back to say Governor Sim is indeed a good leader. You can hear him speak well, and that's how leaders should speak. So concerned about the people of River, or I think he says so concerned about the people of River State, while the other is busy doing a selfish thing and just himself. Okay, how long is he going to value politics than the people's mind and feelings? I rest my case. Pi Festus says, greetings Canada once again. In all sincerity, I believe strongly that definitely it is possible for the executive governor to win the impending battle against corruption, ends he is fighting a just cause and the Lord is with him. I can see history playing out in spite of all the shenanigans that have been displayed so far with those detractors against the Rivers State government. Only what will make one win against corruption is when the right thing is being done, and by that I mean using I can't find your comment. I don't know the network, I guess. But this one says the former governor should leave the governor alone so he could focus on developing Rivers State. Destiny, thank God with that one. Godspire Buduka Okpo says our governor, His Excellency Sim Fubara, is working in Rivers. People can see and attest to that. We love him. God bless him. Nobody can distract him. All right. Back to the phone lines. I've got Samuel from Abua. Samuel, welcome. Tell me, what's on your mind?
God bless you, my beloved brother.
All right, welcome.
Once again, my name is Urene Samson. I'm calling you from the city of Abua Udua in Emago Kubokla.
All right.
My brother, I want you to lend my voice to His Excellency, led by Semilai Fubara. See, nothing will happen to him. Because we, the Rivers State indigenous, we have voted him for 4 years for now. Because in as much I'm concerned, there is nothing like election. For now, it's governance time. So what we need now is massive development across the 23 LGA. And that I know Semilai Fubara is about to do. And after now, local government election is nearby. Come 5th of October, more Semilai Fubara will emerge. See, what is going on right now, because we go across the nation, you will see our youth. There is massive hunger. We don't need all those things anymore. We don't need more fight. What we need now is massive development. That's why we supported the previous administration, like NS a week. We give him 100% support. More especially me. I play with him. In the 23 AG, I campaign with him. Why can't I support this current governor? That is why I'm giving the whole of my support. Semilai Fubara, go all out to ensure that there is massive development.
Right.
The youth of Aboga, they are waiting for you.
Right.
The youth of Abonifa, they are waiting for you. The youth of Ancestors, they are waiting for you. What we need now is all about development.
Right.
Let the stakeholders that are fighting, let them know that this fight is eating. See, these resources that they are fighting for is for it's for our boy son, our unborn daughter.
Right.
You that is in the studio, your unborn daughter, your unborn son. Not these heavyweights. We empower them. They are using the words that you have empowered them to fight us back.
All right, Samuel.
That should respect the seat of the governor.
All right, thank you
That should respect the seat of the governor.
All
And
right,
let this man.
thank you very much, Samuel. I've got to go, but I get your message. Supporting the governor, in your opinion, is the best way to bring about development. All right, Dede from Warfare. All right, do call back if you can. I would like to get your thoughts. But let's look at WhatsApp. Let's see what WhatsApp. Let's see. This one says, if the governor has personal problems with the minister, he should face the problem and solve it between themselves. But let him know that he was elected to provide good governance to the people, so he should focus and do just that. He should stop dragging the state into his political battle with his benefactor. We need development. Anything outside this is unacceptable. ACN. Is it ACN? I think ACN Godwin. That's how it's pronounced. All right. Moving on. This one says, okay, why are you repeating that? I think we're done with that conversation. All right. We're done with that conversation. This one says, Governor Fubara and the FCD minister should stop embarrassing themselves in public, because these verbal attacks won't help provide jobs that both of them promised that have not been fulfilled, among other developmental strides. Well, you got the knack from Italy with that one. Melody Uniport says the way Wike brags about making an Ijaw man governor as if he made himself. We all know that an Ijaw man and his wife made Wike governor against all odds. The orderlies helped him to rise through the legal torsos. I shared the view of Fubara with regards to building the hospital for some of our leaders, because my people say that madness begins from exaggerated ego, paranoid tendencies, and loquaciousness. If you want to know more about the 85-year-old man and liver vesting that Fubara talked about, ask people living around Chokocho River in HA. All right. Jude from Omuma. Jude, welcome.
Yeah, let me pick up this quote. What I have done in 1 year is better or more than what someone else has done in 8 years.
What they did in 8 years, he said.
For me, and for Muma people, the 1 year is as good as the 8 years of the former administration, as good as that. Because in Amuma, for now, there's nothing to show what the present administration has done. So it's like the 8 years of the former administration, 8 years, nothing to show in Amuma what the
Are you saying nothing at all?
So,
Nothing really? Can you say government has done
something?
nothing? I'm asking you, Jude.
So for me, the 1 year is as good as 8 years for us, the Amuma people. Nothing. The 8 years is gone, nothing. 1 year, as is comparing to the 8 years, nothing. So they are all the same for us, as good as the 8 years.
All right. Thank you very much. All the same, he says. Ida from Inkoro, welcome.
Kalada, somebody said we should pray. Can you permit me to pray for River State?
No, moving on. You've had your time, Ida, so I'm going to move on now. Sorry about that. But this one says, River State is indeed nobody's enterprise. So Wike should get rid of that mindset that River State is now his mansion and Nigeria's house. The pivotal thing shouldn't be to burn or tear down the state that has made you, but to contribute in many ways to build and grow the state in all legit means. When you help someone to attain certain positions, that shouldn't be the basis to clamp down on the person's life. If that is the case, then the main aim wasn't to help the person, but to exploit the person, and that is too bad. Augustine Aaron T, thank you very much. And this says, good evening, God. Wiki is fastest German God, yet his supporters keep clapping for him. What if the inevitable steps in before 2027? For God's sake, Wiki, you are not and can never be compared to God ever. As for your supporters, they should not give God's glory to a mere mortal being like you. All right, Manuski. I don't see anywhere in that conversation where he was said he was comparing to God, or he's being compared to God, but that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. Anon says, I doubt if this is a fight for the soul of the state. It's actually a fight for the treasury of the state, nothing more. But Anonymous, you know what is written? It's written that where your heart is, that's where. How did they say it? Where your heart is, where your treasure is, something like that. Yeah, your heart is where your treasure is. So, maybe they're just fighting for the treasures, and that's the soul, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But just as if one keeps telling us he made someone a governor, it signifies that no one voted for sin. Please tell him to stop using such words. It's not a good one. Nicholas Erasmus with that one. Okay, everybody with his own opinion. This one says, I've moved on from these. Elder Joel Adolphus, your message came in late. But moving on, the former governor must come to terms that he's not the governor of River State. What will he hope to gain by distracting the governor of River State, Ezekiel Isaiah? This one says, Jasmo from Tombia. I'm sorry, I can read your message. Let's see. Simply Goodness says, Abdul Khaled, why should I care about Wike and Fubara and what they're fighting over? These are two fulfilled men who have made it in life. The people I feel for are those people at the background shouting, capacity with empty stomach. People should wise up and stop patronizing these politicians. Simply goodness from Malachi. And simply goodness, that's what also I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people. And, how is this impacting Rivers State? How do we ensure that this comes to an end so the people can actually, get good governance? And once again, we're not taking sides. We're removing ourselves from all the emotional, what's it now? All the emotional cloak that we are wearing, so that we can actually talk about this and talk about it from the side or the vantage point of the people. And there's a saying in my village that when you are in the bathroom and a madman takes your clothes, you don't run after him naked, or you will become a madman yourself. The governor always exchanging words with the former governor is not befitting for his office, or befitting of his office. Let him learn to overlook some things. My opinion, though, Dave. Dave, okay. And this says, I think the political disagreement between the two camps is supposed to be for the good of Rivers State, because Governor Fubara said earlier that the reason for the disagreement is because he doesn't want to share Rivers money. This means that Governor Fubara now has Rivers money reserved for development. Unfortunately, we are not seeing commensurate development amid the huge funds in the control of the governor. A bad workman will always quarrel with his stool to look for excuses why he's failing. I think Governor Fubara is merely looking for excuses. If not, nothing is stopping him from performing, since nobody is currently sharing Rivers money with him, according to his claims. Governor Sim, please, where is Rivers money? We're not seeing commensurate works. Emi Fiaga with that message. Okay, I think I want to take a few more calls. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. I'd like to take a few more calls so that I can take a breather. On Facebook, Waripamo George says the only thing causing this crisis is because someone has refused giving the order financial benefit. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, everybody with their insinuations. All right, so I'm going back to the phone lines. I've got Kenneth from Port Harcourt. Kenneth, welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, Kenneth, it's good to hear your voice. What's on your mind? Tell me.
Yes, just wanted to chip in, in the current discussion.
All right, let's quickly hear your thoughts. Commercial break coming soon.
Okay, whether we like it or not, the former governor of the state has become a force to reckon with in the state. He has become the strong man that the scripture says that unless you bind the strong man, how can you plunder his goods? But what we need now is the solution. I think he needs to let the current governor do what he needs to do. That's what we're doing. But if he would not let that, I think for political purposes, he would not let him do the work that he needs to do, so that he can turn back the he can look back and then portray the current governor as one who didn't know what he was doing in the first place. What the current governor needs right now is to garner all the support he needs from the people by doing what the people want him to do, bringing development.
All right.
Unless he does that, it's going to be very difficult for him to get the support of the people.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your thoughts there. Kenneth Emeka from Moji, please quickly. You've got less than 2 minutes. Let's get your thoughts.
My brother. I'm seeing a frustrated man.
Let's not do that. We don't insult people. We don't insult people on the show.
The comment of the present governor, to me, I disagree with him in total. He is the sitting governor. What I'm saying, I will. I'm building this, I'm building that. 1 year and I've never seen any meaningful development. Do you know how much?
So when you say any meaningful, but you've seen development, right? Not just meaningful. No, because you said meaningful. You've seen development, but you've not seen meaningful. I just want to understand. Okay.
Which one? Tell me the one now that you have started and completed. Tell me.
I mean, it's just 1 year. It's just 1 year. Is this supposed to start and complete?
See, let me tell you, if you can remember, by this time, by the former governor have completed over 40-something projects. 1 year in office.
I'm telling you, in his 100 days, at the 100 in office, he completed some potholes. he separated some potholes, 100 in office. Then in 1 year, 40-something project, one day he commissioned one project. What are we talking about? Do you know how much the 15th governor spent on building his structure? Do you know how much? Billions of naira. In terms of simplified movement, billion is concerned was to do his own structure, which is not the right thing to do.
All right.
He needs governance.
Emeka,
has all the structure.
Okay.
And the local government, all the technical government. I see fair.
All right, Emeka, I've got to go. I've got to go. Thank you very much. We've got a commercial, but Emeka is saying that he cannot see any meaningful project. We do have a commercial. When I do come back, I read some more messages. Please stay tuned. Good afternoon to you.